Right, so hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now yesterday, Kabam, alongside the whole game issue, lag and parry and dexterity input problems, boo-boo, they made another one. They made another mess up where I believe unintentionally they released a new cutscene for a piece of content that, well, is not in the game yet. Because it hasn't organically appeared anywhere after any content completion. However, if you go to your settings page and you check out cutscenes, there is a new one that has been added, and that cutscene basically confirms Relics, also confirms the solo competitive mode, which seemingly will be called Battlegrounds, and for that we actually have a whole separate kind of slip from Kabam as well. So it does seem that Kabam has been, slipping a bit, so to speak. But the cutscene is right here in front of us, so it's been no time at all, and yet we have accomplished so much. And then we can move on first, where they discuss how they're going to be changing the contest, and they basically mention Relics. They also name drop Thekiryu, which, fun side note, is the name of the champion of the universe, so the champion in the game. So story and story narrative-wise, Aegon and the champion will be overseeing the whole relic and gear system that seems like it's coming very soon. Obviously due to the fact that cutscene is already in the game, as we can see it here. You guys can pause it if you want to read it all. And also by a completely separate fact, and that is here on that Marvel Console Champions video that was released, kind of explaining the next month's side event and next month's happenings. At the point when they showcase the Mojo Television Network store, we can see that here the first tab is Battlegrounds. There's also something new in Black ISO market, which is quite intriguing, which could potentially be the new champion, because at this time, people have been able to get Scarlet Witch Sigil and potentially dupe her, which I maybe should have made another video about, but I'm not going to. But the point is that I'm not rushing to dupe my Scarlet Witch Sigil, just in case they do add a brand new 6-star in that store. But that point put aside, we can clearly see here Battleground store. Now, keep some things in mind. The rest of these stores do not have to deal with in-app purchases directly, so nor likely will this. That store will likely either have its own currency, as in like solo competitive mode and Battlegrounds has its own currency that you can spend in the Battleground store, or it will require units for you to purchase items like health potions or new special revives or whatever else that you would associate with. Well, I mean, in solo competitive mode, there was no place for health potions and revives, but I'm sure that, they can figure out some way, some items that we can buy for units. But that is not directly cash purchases in any of these stores. So I do not believe that this directly kind of like leans into cash territory. At the same time, I do 100% believe and know for a fact that Relic system will be heavily monetized. You can take that to the bank, and that's going to be Cow Crystal version 2.0, where we're going to be spending units to spin for relics and hope for good ones. That being said, the fact that this is again included in the version of the game that they are using to showcase next month's monthly event leads me to believe that at the latest, it will be here in March. At some point in March. So it'll basically, all these signs, all these indications do genuinely make me believe that 7.4, Battlegrounds, and Relics are coming to the game by the end of the March, beginning of April, maybe at the latest. I do not think it's going to be later than that. I do think that maybe story-wise they want to finish out 7.4, and then that would connect to the cutscene, and then the next update would have these things in, or something of the sort. or they might do a different event altogether to introduce these relics. But I do believe that they are very close. Now, again, I have never hidden the idea that I myself am skeptical. I myself am very skeptical of the relic system. I think it can work out. Why not? You know, we don't need to always figure out that everything is going to be grim and gloom. But I have a lot of doubts, fears, and worries from many different aspects. From the way it's going to get monetized, from the way how these things will interact in the game and what they will mean for the game. Initially, they're only meant to be in solo competitive mode, but later on they're meant to be expanding in Alliance Quest, Alliance War, and rest of the game modes. Obviously, the whole capability aspect of Kabam, as we have a ton of, you know, bugs and issues that seemingly never end, more get created and less of them seem to get resolved, and many different things. At the same time, I am open-minded enough to give them a try, see what happens. You know, we all know what's going to happen if the relic system does not work out. We don't need to mince words about that. That will be the final straw for quite a lot of people. Or, you know, in the best case scenario, if it does work out, it could potentially rejuvenate this game. I was much more excited for solo competitive mode, and I still am excited about solo competitive mode. Until I realized that, you know, the relic system will be heavily imprinted in it and heavily conjointed with it. But still, solo competitive mode is, in fact, one of the, if not the most exciting thing to happen with this game in the last, like, 3-4 years. So that is a huge, huge thing to come to the game. And I do genuinely, wholeheartedly wish all the best to Kabam. I wish all the best to the people that are working on it. I wish them success with it. And I really, really hope that they have done a great job with it. But with all of these things coming together, now we know that solo competitive mode is going to be called the Battlegrounds. On the down low, I also heard that people who were in Summoner Showdown 2021 also heard the term the Battlegrounds, because that is how Kabam employees referred to this game mode. So it's all but clear that the solo competitive mode in the game is going to be called the Battlegrounds. And also now with this cutscene release matching the dev diary notes that the relics, and with the relics, the strikers, which is a very important thing that people tend to forget. Strikers are meant to be top tier equipables to relics. So strikers, relics, all of that is gonna start in the solo competitive mode initially. That is where we can see, that is the first place where we're gonna be acquiring relics, using strikers potentially, and then it's gonna expand to the rest of the game modes. Obviously, this bit now is overshadowed with the colossal new problems, new/old problems with the game control input issues and kind of like emergency mode that Kabam probably has gone into. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with all of that, but I did want to put out a video kind of reminding and putting it out there for players that this thing is coming. This thing's coming very soon, within the next couple of months. And it's all going to be in solo competitive mode with the relics, with the strikers. So here we are. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for solo competitive mode? Are you excited for relics? And what do you think that will mean for the game? I'm going to catch you guys next time. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the